warm welcome to everyone who has taken time to join for this session. And I would like to thank Bioscience for inviting me to share my experience with Falling Walls Lab and talk about how important scientific communication is. So I will just begin with my experience back in 2017 when I was in my third year of Ph.D. and I was expecting to wrap up soon. But before I graduated, I just thought that I will push myself to participate as much in scientific seminars and competitions or whatever came my way. I just wanted to make sure that I would pass out with a satisfaction of having given my best. And around that time, I saw an ad in my university for a 3-minute thesis competition. And I read about the format and I was really interested. So basically, 3-minute thesis competitions need you to put out your research under a very short time of 3 minutes, of course. And I guess we all know how difficult it is to compile years of research work in that concentrated time frame, and combine that with having to present to a diverse audience, ranging from scientific experts to a layman who could have no idea of even the basic sciencey word you would be using. So it was very challenging, and I simply thought it would be a good opportunity to build my communication skill and confidence. The first time I participated, I did not even make it to the qualifiers. I was just thrown out in the first round. And I decided to do it again next year, and then I made it to the finals. I didn't win, but it was a great experience for me because after the competition, there were so many people that came up to me to learn more about my work. They were genuinely interested, and the people were from completely different fields, yet they wanted to learn and they were very encouraging. So during that time, I finally felt like I came out of a bubble, because a student, as a student, especially when you're doing a PhD, it is often very easy to feel isolated. We work independently and often cannot share our stories of failures or successes, and I often felt that people around me did not understand what I was doing, or I often questioned if my work would have any significance or could make an impact. But that day I realized that if we share, people will not only hear, but they will actually motivate to you to do better. And shortly after, I heard about Falling Walls Lab competition, which followed the same format. And Falling Walls Foundation is a prestigious organization in Germany that hosts the finale. And it has labs all around the world in different countries where local competitions are hosted. And once you win the local, you qualify to compete for the finale. And it was the first time for New Zealand, and I was very lucky to be the first ever winner for New Zealand, after which I got to be in the finale in Berlin, which was a part of a Falling Walls conference. Now, Falling Walls conference is very big. They invite revered scientists, entrepreneurs, academics from around the world, and we were 100 finalists from 70 countries together for the conference and the competition. So the whole experience of just being there, around these amazing people who were doing some amazing research was already a win for me. And our jury consisted of 16 members, including a famous female astronaut, and also the chairman of the Nobel Foundation. It was a dream come true for me. To get to present in front of them itself was a victory on its own. So winning was never in my mind. Honestly, for all of us, it didn't feel like a competition. We were just enjoying. On the day of competition, when I sat there and I heard my fellow participants, and some had already been featured in Forbes magazine, and I mean, all of them were outstanding in their own ways. So when I got into the top three and got the title of the Young Innovator, it felt surreal, of course. But the major takeaway for me was not the title or the award. It was this precious time of connecting with people from around the globe who had similar aspirations and just feeling that belonging to a community. I also met a journalist from my home country, Nepal, who was so happy that I won, and he featured me in a national magazine in Nepal. So a lot of people back in my country also got to know about my work, and a lot of people messaged me from Nepal telling me that they are um, motivated to see a representative who could inspire young people to actually pursue science. It was a proud moment for me. At the conference, I also met some experts in my field who were interested in potential collaborations. I met someone who invited me to a very big conference in Austria that I attended last year, which was again a great experience. So basically, it just exposed me to so many other good things, and most importantly, my supervisor under whom I'm doing my research now is also someone I met there in Falling Walls. We presented on the same stage because as a winner I had also got the chance to present at the conference along with the distinguished speakers, and she was one of the speakers, and I connected with her later. So such platforms can be a good stepping stone for you to move ahead in your career. um, but a lot of other participants who did not win have also gone to do some great work later, because the experience itself was so rewarding for all of us. So I believe participating and putting yourself out there is very important, especially if you are from a scientific field. Scientific research is the most contributing field for the advancement of our society, yet it is not considered that important for investment and fundings a lot of times. And well, I'm almost tempted to say that finally, after this global pandemic, people are beginning to realize the importance of investing in scientific research. Um, I have realized that this would be simply because what we do is very complicated for people to understand, because we might not sound that fancy. And that is when scientific communication becomes really important, being able to simplify what we do, and draw a non scientific person to listen to our complex ideas is not a simple feat, but it is worthwhile. Just for example, I have been a biomed student as well. And when I say molecular biology and protein engineering, people would not be interested. And when I would say DNA, genes, and cloning, people would pay attention and would be like, wow, that's cool. So people relate with words or references that they have seen or heard of in real life. Therefore, it is necessary for a scientist to learn that simple language, and it comes with practice. I'm learning every day, and I look out for opportunities to stand in front of an audience once in a while, like today. And I get super nervous, but I still enjoy it. And I also believe And I also believe that as long as you are passionate about your work and can communicate with honesty, half of the work is done, and the other half lies in understanding the audience. Um, so yes, the first tip is always the most difficult one, but I just suggest you to not think and just register for whatever opportunities you come across. Sharing knowledge is always a good thing, and that is what communication is all about. For science, we just have um, to put some more effort to show that we are not just nerds with our lab coats, crazy hair, doing all those complicated stuff. What we do is simple, and it's just about unlocking some rules of nature. Um, yeah, so that's my experience. With scientific communication and how I've realized how important it is for a scientist. I hope this session was helpful for you, and I thank Bioscience again. Thank you.